we are going to be reviewing the AKNgoes 600 millimeter T-square. This is like a Chinese version. I purchased off of Amazon for $69. I had a 6% or 10% coupon, so I got another $6 off. The woodpecker's version is about $180. And if you go with the imperial version, which is identical, but it'll have 24-inch markings instead of 600, it's $79. It's $10 more for whatever reason, I'm not sure. I own both that version and the metric. I'm starting to go to metric for everything just because it's a lot easier when working with wood to cut measurements in half. I'm not dealing with fractions. The other one lives at my shop. This one goes between my van and my home shop for projects at home, but I use it a lot on the van. The anodizing has held up great, and we'll go ahead and look at a few specs. This unit weighs 13.6 ounces. It's a little over 600 millimeters long at the end of the graduations. The width of the blade is 43 millimeters wide. The thickness of the head is about 13 millimeters deep. And then the measurement here, the larger portion is 42 millimeters. And the narrow spot is right around 34 millimeters. Now, a few features that we have on this is it has a beveled edge on this side. So when you go ahead and set it down on your material, you can look down, you can make a very accurate mark on the line, and you don't get that parallax if it was sitting off at a height of, you know, quarter inch or half inch. You'd look down, you wouldn't be able to line it up straight. So that beveled edge is great. It has the ledge here, so when you set it down on your material, it stays nice and flat and doesn't flop around, so you can't accidentally turn it. Now, one thing that I do know is different on this versus the woodpeckers is if I go ahead and take my finger or a pencil and I slide it on here, it does hit this ledge. It's maybe a millimeter or less. Actually, let's go ahead and measure that. 0.69 millimeters. So there is a slight ledge there. I honestly keep going back and forth. I don't know what I like better. Do I want my pencil to go across the top and I'm constantly making marks on it? Or do I want it to stop and then I can go ahead and make my mark? I haven't had an issue with it at all. Now, the other feature it has is it has these graduation marks, which in the center that are holes, and you can go ahead and take the tip of a pencil. It's going to have to be a mechanical pencil to fit in there. And then you can go ahead and lay this down on your material. We can go to, say, there's 225 millimeters. Put in that hole. I hold pressure on this side and slide it. And then now you have a line at that 225 millimeters or whatever measurement you want. Now, this unit is very square, and the way you would check that with a T-square is put it on a piece of material that has a very nice flat edge. Actually, I'm going to switch this around because I've made a few marks on here already. Go ahead and get something that you know is a fairly straight edge, like a factory edge. This one might be beat up a hair because I've been using it for other stuff. And you go ahead and on one side of the T-square, take your pencil, make a mark. Now slide your straight edge. If it was a triangle square, I'd have to flip it over. And then we're going to go ahead and line up and make another mark. Now you remove your square, and I've made a mark on one side, moved it, made a mark on the other, and you would look at that line. And if you look at this line here, it is one line. It doesn't seem to get wider or narrower or any gaps. So this one is absolutely square. The 24-inch one I have is also absolutely square. The only other thing is when I got it, I'm sorry I don't have the packaging anymore, but it came in a cardboard box similar to this with some padding, and the head was separated, and the 4 screws come in a box. You slide this on, it fits very well. There's no slop, tighten it up, and it's remained square for months. So all in all, I'm very happy with it. Saved over $100, can't complain. I will have the links down below for this on Amazon, and if you like the content I'm providing, please subscribe. And if you hit the link from Amazon, if you decide to get one, it will help. It'll help my channel out. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks a lot.